introduces himself to me as Cletus. So I'm thinking he senses the tension. This is his way of trying to break the ice. He got jokes. So I turn around and say, well, my name is Beulah. Homie cussed me out for a good 5 minutes.
Position yourself.
Which made me then start laughing. Because his name really was Cletus. and
how did he look?
He was about my age. And his name was Cletus. And I said, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know they still made you. And then once I said that made the bus girl start laughing, which made him cuss me out more. And I put the interaction on Facebook, and somebody was like, you should change your name to. And I was like, you know what? Beulah May Evans it is. So she was born 4 years ago.
This and scroll and stuff too. But y'all going live in 5, 4, 3.
Is our podcast on too? Yes.
Like, who still makes Cletuses? Like, they don't make those anymore. They really don't. But they made his ass. He might have been the last of the Mohicans.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 11 to Spilling the Tea. I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Snyder. With me, as always, Kenise.
Hey, everybody.
We are here today. Kind of the last few days, I kind of been posting love languages, and hold on one second on my
pulling it up.
Yeah,
I'm getting mine together too.
The last few days, I've kind of been posting about love languages, and today I actually posted our apology language. Which we'll kind of spend a little bit of time on because I found this one kind of interesting. Same author of the 5 love languages, Dr. Chapman, is the same person who also did the apology languages. He also even did one for anger, but we're not going to do anger today. So kind of, I want us to jump right in and kind of directly look at what's your love language, Kenise?
I believe I dabble across all of them except for quality time.
Okay.
And it's weird for me because I hear in one language, but I speak in another.
Okay.
So
which we're going to talk about. Like, that was big for me today, was to look at how do I want to receive love and how do I give love.
Right.
Very different things.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hear in words of affirmation.
Okay.
And I speak in touch. Okay. And it's weird because I don't speak in words of affirmation. I expect for you to know. I speak in touch and acts of service.
Okay.
And acts of service actually makes me uncomfortable. So when a person wants to give me acts of service, it makes me uncomfortable. But I force my acts of service onto people.
Okay. For me, my need. Well, when I know. My way to give love is quality time.
Okay.
And physical touch.
Okay.
I'm scoring equal on both. Like, everything else literally almost dropped to like nothing.
Okay.
It's like 994s.
Oh, wow.
I hover there no matter how many times I take it. Physical touch, quality time. If I'm giving you those things from me, like, you better know.
Yeah.
It means something. Now, coming back, I actually want the same thing. I want your time, and I want us directly, like, touch me, grab my hand, like, cuddle, let me lay on you, lay at your feet. I want us, like, intertwined at all times. Like, my legs are likely, like, wrapped around you while we watching a movie. Like, I'm big on touch.
Okay.
Like, I want touch possibly a little more even than time.
Okay.
Like, I need to feel it.
Because for me, with touch, I'm very protective of it. Because that's my main love language of how I communicate. So I'm very protective of it. If I don't know you, I don't want you touching me. If I no longer like you, I take my touch away. Yeah. So that's how you can tell when there's something wrong in our relationship. I will pull my touch away completely.
Yeah, for sure.
If our relationship is struggling, I will often ask for a hug.
Yeah.
Because that's
touch.
my way
I want to
of
come back
trying.
connected. I want to come back connected. Yeah, I agree. So, it's funny. I know a girl who's dating a guy, and her language is physical touch, but the guy keeps giving her words of affirmation.
Okay.
I mean, he says the most awesome things to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
wait, should we list all of them for the
we
people?
probably
yeah, let's list them all for the people.
Let's probably do that. Mm-hmm. So we have 5, of course, 5 love languages. Mm-hmm. So we have physical touch. I mean, it's funny. Did you see what Laura put on about the tacos?
No.
Oh, I'm going to read it. Y'all know when I pick my phone up, please forgive me. I hate picking up my phone on here. But, so 5 love languages. Words of affirmation. Your tacos are delicious.
Okay.
Okay. Acts of service. I made you tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Receiving gifts. Here's a taco.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Quality time. Let's go out for tacos.
Mm-hmm.
Physical touch. Let me hold you like a taco.
Mm-hmm.
All 5. I'm like, this has to be the best description of all 5. Funny, Dion, our producer, last week, we argued a lot about acts of service and gifts.
And gifts, yeah.
As the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I can see I made you tacos. Here's a taco.
Mm-hmm.
There is a piece
where they kind of overlap a little bit.
And so I kind of want us to kind of play with those 2 for a second and kind of talk about the difference.
Okay. Because I feel that way. I feel the overlap with touch and time. Because in order for me to touch you, we have to have time together. Like, I can't touch you through the phone.
So here's the thing. But so when you said you don't touch people you don't know, I am a toucher.
Mm-hmm.
I am likely in general conversation to touch like your forearm,
mm-hmm.
or I'm want to go, oh, your hair is pretty, and I am a connector in touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want, like I am going to push our closeness boundary,
mm-hmm.
because I'm connecting sometimes without even knowing. It is like a natural thing for me, which is why I think sometimes it's portrayed as I'm flirty. And I'm not. I am touchy because I'm connect. It's just how I connect. Like I want us close and cool, and I want us okay, and I want a good atmosphere. And what makes me feel good is touch. And so I'm naturally inclined to touch you.
Mm-hmm.
But it don't mean nothing.
Right. And see, for me, it kind of does mean something. So if a person gets too close to me, I take a step back. Or if they do reach out and they actually touch me and I'm not prepared for it, I'll look at it. In my younger days, I used to I would move. But now I look at it because I understand that they don't know that
mm-hmm.
that's something that's making me uncomfortable and why it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So I just look at it, and usually the person will just automatically move with me just looking at it.
Interesting. I'm trying to see how... It makes me kind of very aware in this space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, as we talk about love languages, we was thinking in just relationships, but in any encounters, like
work relationships.
Yeah, how do they come out?
Mm-hmm.
But kind of for a second, going back to acts of service and receiving gifts.
Mm-hmm.
To me, service is, I am doing something because it pleases me to know I'm taking care of you.
Yes.
It's not necessarily about, even if me wanting you to have a thing, it is a personal, I am taking care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me happy
mm-hmm.
to take care of you. Receiving a gift to me is you want them to be happy.
Right.
Service is personal
mm-hmm.
to me.
I agree.
I'm curious how other people kind of might view it. I've really tried to study these as much as possible, but mm-hmm. I love service. Service is very important to me in terms of in my relationships as a mate. I'm definitely invested in service, but it's for me. Like in my mind, I just want you to be pleased.
I want to know you feel good because of me.
Yes.
So in my mind, acts of service are things that I do for you.
Right.
And gifts are things that I get for you.
And that's all about you mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I know you like
tacos.
Tacos
mm-hmm.
it is. Like mm-hmm. they make you happy. It really didn't do nothing for me. Right. I didn't, but it's what you like. I know you like tacos, so I make sure on Taco Tuesday,
right,
like tacos is in the space. Like, here you go. Like, I got chicken, I got steak, I got shrimp tacos, we got corn, we got flour, like we got tacoed it up. We got
whole taco bar.
Whole taco bar. For you. I don't even like tacos. I like nachos, but we having tacos because that's what you do. Service is truly for me. Like,
yes.
And I think that's the difference. So even if I'm making the tacos to give to you, there is a give component. But the service is, I literally did this because it pleases me to know.
Yeah.
And that's something kind of to help you guys understand a little bit of the difference to me. If that, hopefully Dion, who's listening, our producer, understands the difference too. Anyway, so you were saying for you, which two kind of overlap? You said
quality time and touch.
Quality time and touch.
Because quality time isn't something that's a biggie for me. Okay. And people often will complain because I kind of minimize it. And in my mind, it's like, I'm here. So that's not good enough for you. Like, I'm here. Like, if I didn't want to have any sort of interaction with you, my punk ass wouldn't be here. But I am. And I have to take that step back, because just because quality time isn't important for me doesn't mean that it's not important for somebody else.
Right.
So that's where I have to find that balance and realize, like, okay, I can't minimize this because this is something that's important to this other person.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. My daughters, she would say, my oldest, physical quality time is not her language either. She's
a Capricorn.
And she's a Capricorn like you. That's
Capricorn's
funny.
rule. We're the best.
I don't know if I can, I'm talking about it because I don't know if he gonna make it. So if he was gonna be my son-in-law, then I wouldn't talk about him. But I'm gonna talk about him because I don't think he gonna make it.
Poor baby.
Yeah, and we liked him too a little bit. He was kind of beginning, but anyway, Kyla's, I think, and I'm curious, her love language is words of affirmation. That funny, yours too. And so that's really important to her. So she is okay if her and this guy if he was busy and they wasn't spending a lot of time together. She wasn't looking for that at all, but she was looking for the words to kind of show her that she mattered. But I'm thinking, well, how can you can hear some words all day in my head, but if I don't see you and we don't got no time, well, how are you making the words kind of come to have meaning?
It depends on the circumstances. So if I know that this is a man that's about his business and he's always working, maybe he has children, he has all of these things going on, and the reasons for why his time isn't there make sense to me. As long as we're talking and I hear Kanice XYZ, I understand. I can work with that.
That's what she said. Exact same thing. And
as long as I don't feel like it's bullshit, don't set off my bullshit meter.
And that's exactly what then happened. Bullshit is flaring up, and I'm like, ooh, that don't sound. She like, mommy, what you think? I'm like, no, I don't like that. And then it was like another, I don't like that either. Baby, step back. Like literally, I think I'm like, it's time. Remove. Like it's what you think. The words ain't lining up with me, and it's time. Because at first I was bothered he didn't have enough time for her. Okay. But then I had to realize that's me. That's my language. Yeah. I'm looking for him to give her all the time. She like, I don't care nothing. And she don't care nothing about time. Like at all. At all. And I'm like, okay, what she does care about, he's not meeting that life in a way. And I'm like, yeah, baby, I don't like it. And her feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Her feelings are hurt. So last night she was like, I'm sad. I'm like, yeah, this sucks. But it makes me wonder, like, when do we communicate the love language? Like, do we walk in on first date? My love language is physical touch. Start touching me now. And quality time. I want 5 days a week. When do you say this is my language and how I show love?
And I asked that question early on. Yeah, because I know there's things that I suck at. I'm not a naturally affectionate person. So if this person, because like I said, I'm very protective about my touch. Okay. That if I'm touching you, that means I like you. So if I don't want you to know just yet that I like you, then, you know, I'm going to sit over here, you sit over there. Why you sitting next to me? Sit across from me. Yeah. You know, I'm going to make sure that boundary exists. So I'm going to ask those questions early on, because if I like you, I need to know, are you going to need the thing that I'm deficient at? Yeah. And if you are going to need that, then I need to prepare myself now to amp that up. Because if I want you, then I need to do what it takes to satisfy you.
Is it fair though to say, like you said, I'm protective of space and touch and all of these things? So kind of, is it fair that if I don't know you that well, if I tell you my language, it's kind of a setup if now I'm not giving it, because I'm kind of guarding it and holding it, and I done told you I'm about physical time or physical touch and quality time, but I'm busy 6 days a week. I told you I want 5 days. I want 5 of your days, but I'm busy 6. Is it a setup if I'm telling you too soon?
It kind of depends, and you have to be able to vet the person that you're dealing with, because sometimes you do have those actors out there that will perform just enough just to get you where they want you to be. Yeah. So you have to be able to vet through their representative.
Yeah, the representative. The representative might be all about the love language you hoping, right, baby, and then all your feelings get hurt when the representative go away and they don't touch you ever. Yep. Like, oh, we not going. I feel triggered. I just felt that way. No, for sure. I do think, I agree. I mean, I'm asking, thinking like, yeah, I don't think I go in going, hey, I'm a toucher and I care about time. I kind of want to see, do you naturally offer me these things? Will my love be, can I feel it from you?
Yeah, automatically. I guess I'll wait till I decide if I like the person. Okay. Because I wait until I decide if I like the person. Because if I don't like you, I'm not touching you. And if you like, ooh, her love language is touch, come here, girl. No, set your ass over there.
And it's funny because, like I said, I don't think I take touch as important as I see, which is why it's so important to know that person's language, because I don't take touch, because I literally, I will touch you. And I don't even, I'm thinking about it now and a processing, well, why am I touching? But touching makes me safe. Yeah. So in my mind, I guess maybe I'm making you safe. I'm touching you to go, I'm listening, I'm here, I'm in the space.
You're present.
I'm with you. So I guess on some level for me, I touch to, even as an initial thing, like an initial bonding moment in a way. Not even realizing, I guess you're right. So that makes me wonder then, so if you not touch, so I meet you, I don't know you, I meet you, and I want to touch, because that's how I want to connect. I want to love in a way with my touch. And you like, motherfucker, what? Did she just rub my whole arm? Did she just rub my arm?
I scream on the inside. But I'll try. But that could hurt us.
But that could hurt, that idea of first impressions. Yep. You're like, I didn't like her. And you're like, why? You're like, I don't know. I just something about it I didn't like. Not even realizing it was a language. My language didn't connect to yours.
And I'm an energies person too. So if the energy isn't right, and I see she finna come over here for a hug, I gotta go to the bathroom, y'all. I'll be right back. Well, I will excuse myself from the whole premise. And then by the time I come back, you should have been in major circle and off talking about something else, and now I can come sit down and you over there and I'm over here.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And so now my feelings hurt because I'm like, oh.
No, I'll keep conversation with you from over there.
No, because I'm an energy person too, and I'll be like, Dad, we was just right here. I was just touching her, and now she ain't here no more.
Because even like, and I'm about to tell on myself.
That's what we do here. Seem like every week.
I'm about to tell on myself. Oh. I'm in a sorority, and I don't wear paraphernalia
at all. Me
on
either.
purpose because I don't want to hug people.
Facts.
Touch.
Random people.
Touch. I don't want to touch you.
Yeah.
I'm protective of it.
I was in the gym the other day. I go on Mondays and Tuesdays with my brother to the gym. And one of the guys, it's a normal set of people in there. And he always wears his fraternity shirt, which would make him my brother organization. And I see his shirt.
He wear it every time, every Monday?
Maybe he got many of them. That's what I was hoping.
The same one?
Listen, child.
Okay.
I left it alone. It wasn't my business,
Mr. Postman.
But I saw him like, hey.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't say another word. I'm like, nice to see you again. The end. But I don't want to touch random people. But I feel like if we're in a conversation and I'm purposely meeting you, I can see me likely engaging, which is why COVID has been so hard for me.
Oh, I give COVID hugs.
You're happy. This is everything for you.
Yes, I give COVID air hugs. COVID hug.
And for me, I'm like, I can't touch. Oh, and that bothers me. Like I feel like part of our connection is lost because I couldn't touch you, and I literally now have to catch myself.
Okay.
Because COVID.
People had me almost in full back then. Back up, homie. I need 50 feet, please.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you do in a relationship when your mate was giving you love the way you wanted to receive it and stops?
Oh, we have to have a conversation. Homie, what's up?
Well, I'm just busy. Like, you know, you used to sing, and I can see. So you words of affirmation. So it could be something like text messages, some really nice one, like, hey, good morning, baby. Letting you know I appreciate you. You know, you look really pretty at work yesterday. That's kind of, you like some of that stuff? Okay. Want you to shine today, be great, la la. Okay, cool. He stopped. You stop getting the text in the mornings. He stops checking in at night when he comes in from work to kind of inquire about what was going on and tell you like he was proud of you. And then he say, baby, I've been busy.
Okay. Now, something like that's not going to linger long for me. Because I tell people up front, don't start nothing you can't finish.
For sure.
Because once I expect it, I expect it.
For sure.
So he probably, maybe the second time, and then I'm going to come to him like, I miss you doing that. What happened? Why did you stop?
Yeah, it sound good. Yeah, it sound good. But I mean, we think about, I see right now, I have about 27 rotating couples that I'm seeing right now.
Oh, geez, that's a lot.
It's that's a lot. But I'm thinking, for a lot of them, often love language stops.
Yeah,
like that is a common. Like it's like these ebbs and flows of. I think part of life, and then part of just. I don't know how to love you through this.
Yeah. And that's because whenever I go to a bridal shower, I always tell the bride to learn her husband's love language and to speak to him in it. And I tell them two things. And then I tell her to teach her husband her love language and how to speak to her in it.
Very
and
important.
then I also tell her if his nuts
things.
If his nuts are full, empty them, and if his stomach is empty, fill it. But that's a whole
4
different
things.
Thing. That's a whole different thing.
You got a lot of things at the bridal shower.
But that's something that's very important, because a lot of times we're missing each other.
Yep.
And it's like, to just put it in layman's terms, you're speaking in French and they're speaking in Russian.
Yeah.
So you're not going to be able to understand each other because the languages are different.
Yeah.
What's important to you might not be important to that other person. Hence, quality time. I will minimize quality time. So I have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. We gotta figure out
how
what's
do you minimize
important.
it?
I'm here.
I see. And that's not that. Take it.
Right. And they just like, okay, I don't want to hear that you're just here. Because I'm trying to think of the example. And the person was like, and don't just say because you show up either. And I was like, well, damn, that was going to be my answer. So now I got to think of something else. Because he didn't think that I liked him.
Okay.
That's what it was. He didn't think that I liked him. And in my head, I'm like, dude, what do you mean? I'm always at your house. Like, what do you mean? And he was like, don't just say because you always show up.
That's a good point.
Well, I don't know what else to say then, because that's all I got.
But the argument would be, but he also didn't teach you his language.
Right.
And who's there, like, again, like, where's their responsibility? Is there responsibility on me to teach you, me to wait for you? It's kind of like a weird fine line between like a push-pull on how much I say, what do I expect, what do I give, if I ain't really told her.
You ground, you should know, but I'm not an affectionate person. So in my mind, because I'm always at your house and I'm always touching you, like, why don't you know that I like you? Like, why do you need for me to say it?
Yeah.
I don't speak in words of affirmation, which is very hypocritical because I need words of affirmation. But he was missing that from me because I wasn't able to give it. And I'm not an affectionate person. So if I'm showing affection, it's purposeful.
Yeah.
It's with intention.
Yeah. You know what's something that's also important, why I think it's an interesting like ebb and flow over time is over time. I think, well, mine hasn't, but I've seen in couples often that the language can change. That there can be a shift.
Yeah.
I think for me, I remember, I've always been quality time and physical touch and I think I've never had words of affirmation growing up. That wasn't a thing for me. Like, I didn't have an upbringing where I had like someone was encouraging. You had granny.
Yeah, I had granny. I had a couple of aunts. I had some uncles.
Y'all know my world did not at all. I'm always vocal about me and my mom, and I did not at any level have someone kind of like putting life into me. Like, I put that into myself often. So, and I also didn't have a mom who gave me time. So to me, if someone was giving me time, or if I was giving you time, like that mattered. Like, that was everything for me. And touch too. Like, we in touch. If I was being touched, I was probably being hit. So it didn't go so well all the time. So those two things, like touch for me is big, and time is big. So I think I've been consistent, but I've watched couples though over time, depending on evolvement in them as a person and like how they find themselves, or trauma, or just the needs, like just an evolution in some way. They can go from, and I've seen a lot. I have one couple where at one point what was big for her was acts of service. And at this point, she's really moved kind of into needing to hear him like reaffirm her.
Okay.
And she's been struggling kind of with a lot of areas. She's been embarking on a whole lot of different things. And she needs life. Kind of put like she needs to know the value in what she's doing and that is good for them. And she shifted. And he struggled because he was like, I like doing for her. I clean up. I'm trying to do all of these things so she can go embark on kind of do all of these things. And she ain't happy. Like, she ain't never happy. And he like, I ain't never had to say nothing to her. She got it. Like, she's always been cool. Like, she's always you know, she ain't never need like, wow, all of like, what's happening all of a sudden? And it's been a shift in her language. Has that happened? Has your language been the same over time?
No. And I really got into love languages when I was dating this guy, and he kind of put it in my face that I was a hypocrite. At the time, his love language was gifts, and he was big on gifts. And at the time, like the guy that I dated before him bought me an expensive gift, I made him take it back.
Yeah,
because it costs too much.
Yeah.
Like I don't need
you
something
gotta buy
like
me
this.
Nothing.
Exactly, and I've always been that way. If it wasn't my birthday or a holiday, don't buy me nothing. I don't want a gift.
Yeah.
And that probably comes from my childhood because my mom was a gift giver. She wasn't there, but she always had a gift. I don't want your fucking gift.
Yeah.
So that's probably why I was anti-gifts. It is. So with him, and I've always been big on acts of service. And I enjoy doing things for people and making people feel special and creating memories. And I would do that for him, and it would make him uncomfortable. And he told me, he was like, I allowed this to happen because I see how good it makes you feel. But when I'm trying to express my affection for you, you reject it. Because I would make him take my gifts back. Or if he would try to, like we went shopping, I thought we was going shopping for him. And he kept pointing out stuff for me. I'm like, dude, no, I don't want anything. And he was like, dude, what? Stop.
That's interesting. It really kind of highlights. It makes me think like how many times I probably wasn't appreciative.
And when he called it rejection, that's what made
I think that word is sitting with me. Like, ooh.
Yeah. And he was like, you're rejecting my love. Yeah. And he was the very first person that, no, I kind of did some love languages with the person before him, but it was just toe in the water. But he fully immersed me into love languages.
Yeah.
I was like, you just called me a hypocrite.
For sure.
Okay.
I get it. And it I mean, at this point I try to see how people give love to me and receive it, but I can also still see how it's easy for any of us to still minimize it. Like you almost have to be super aware of their language. Otherwise, it's kind of how you take people for granted. Yeah. Or they feel like they've been taken for granted. And you thinking, but I'm here, like I'm doing all of these things. I'm committed. I'm with you, la.
Right.
You know, whatever
I'm
we might be
moving in my language.
Exactly.
And me moving in my language doesn't mean that I'm moving in yours.
Yeah, exactly.
So because I'm not moving in yours, now you're missing things.
Yeah, exactly. So this kind of shifts us into apology. So I'm gonna read mine. So I posted it today on Facebook, and a lot of people didn't know
that there was
it was an apology language. Also, it's 5 of them. So we'll go through the 5. The 5 are, so we have expressing regret, directly saying I'm sorry. We have accepting responsibility. I fucked up.
Bad, my fault.
Yep. Not only am I sorry, but I like it. It's one thing to go, people go, I'm sorry. Kids go, sorry.
Yeah.
Because they learn sorry. They don't know they actually did something, but sorry. Here is accepting responsibility. I messed up. I'm sorry. I messed up. It's a little different. Making restitution. Kind of, they want to know you love them. An example that I read about this was kind of like when you have kids and the kid like snatch a toy from another kid and then you make the kid go give the toy back.
What can I do to fix it?
How fix it? I need to know I'm loved and I'm kind of repairing this thing. The next one is genuinely repenting. It is what it means to repent.
Yeah, and this one kind of, I'm a little confused with this one because genuinely repenting and expressing regret, I don't see the difference.
I kind of read repenting as a deeper ownership, like it goes into the personal I statement.
Okay.
Like it's my bad. Like expressing like my bad, I didn't even do that.
Mm-hmm.
I stepped on your shoe, my bad. But a genuine repenting is I stepped on your shoe because I was careless, and it probably was a reason why I stepped on your shoe, and that's the and I want to talk about that thing.
Okay, so see, I'm blocking that off right now because it's too many words. Like, damn it, you stepped on my foot. My bad. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to do that.
Yeah. Right. And so then the fifth one we had was requesting forgiveness, which is mine. Which is requesting that someone free you from the guilt of the offense. This is so it kind of means you're relinquishing control of what happens next. Like you're giving me the power to determine the outcome. Because you're requesting my forgiveness. So I could say, no, you're owning that whatever happened, you're okay with, and you accept that. And that was my apology language. What's yours?
Mine is the accepting responsibility. I'm an accountabilities person. I struggle with people that cannot accept accountability.
Yeah.
So if you can own what you did, in my mind, that's the first step in making sure that this doesn't happen again.
So you don't necessarily need them to do anything. They don't need to repent or like make restitution. They need to just own it.
Yes.
Okay.
Own it. And then that way we can not come across this bridge anymore. I don't want to be here again.
So you still want a little bit more than I'm sorry. You don't just want a my bad. You want a personal.
I fucked up. I didn't mean to.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to watch you with my good eye.
Yeah. That's funny for me. Like, because my thing with all of these on some level is I think different relationships, I kind of expect different things.
Okay.
So I've been told I'm naturally naive on some levels, and that you and the rest of y'all tell me all the time. my core friend circle tells me I forgive too easily across boards, that I kind of make excuses almost for a lot of things that happen. And in my mind, I'm thinking I always want to give people benefit of the doubt, and I want to believe best intentions in people. That's my starting point. So even if you messed up, I don't need to kind of like you can own it or not, but what I need to know is that my relationship with me has value.
Okay. Because
just because you're accountable don't mean. I just saw a comment from Yoli and she like, you're welcome. I can't stand her. I love her, and I dang on Aries. Just because you are accountable doesn't necessarily mean you value our relationship.
Okay.
And to me, once you give me the control to make the decision of what happens, that to me shows me you do value our relationship. Okay. Like you're going, this relationship is so important to me, I'm going to let you decide what happens next.
Okay. Okay. And see,
that's what I need to see.
I've been accused of being unforgiving.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I can see how you need people to be accountable. That makes sense. And I think that's interesting. Like, I guess our apology language in a lot of ways definitely can determine, well, our personality can determine how we need apology.
Yeah. Yeah, because and I'm even teaching my daughter, when somebody says I'm sorry, for her to not say it's okay. It's not okay. They hurt your feelings. So don't respond with the generic "it's okay." Say something else, and we're working on that, because she's a quick "it's okay." No, they hurt your feelings. It's not okay. I don't care if they did say I'm sorry. It's not okay.
And I guess for me, and it's crazy because I'm thinking it is okay, but that goes back into what y'all tell me, my core group. Y'all know who y'all are. They probably listening like, no, it's not. And we not going to do this no more.
Yeah. Yeah, because you only get so many times. Everybody gets 2 times to do the same thing to me.
Really?
Yes, you only get 2. Fool me once, shame on you. You get a second chance. So fool me twice, shame on you again. Fool me 3 times, that was my dumb ass fault.
See, me. I'm thinking maybe a person just isn't ready. Like, it's not about me. Like, the error they keep making, it's not personal for me. It's about them. And whatever's happening is something for them to move through. And in my mind, it's my job to hold the space in a way for you to move through it and show you, this is how I end up being too forgiving, and show you like, you made these errors. I love you. And I want you to understand what love really looks like as you move through whatever space you need to move through. And at some point, again, you request forgiveness from me by giving me the control to go, I've hurt you so many times. At this point, whatever you decide to do is fair. And more than likely, what I'm going to say is, I forgive you and it's okay. I'm going to say, it's okay.
That sounds like target practice to me.
You know, this is why I have y'all. This is why I have the friends that I have. Because all of y'all are savages to me. I'd be like, damn it, they rough.
But it takes a lot for me to walk away from a person. Like, I think I give people chances. I don't give people as many chances as you do. But my boundaries might just be different. So, and with the apologies, that you have to have clear boundaries. And I think my boundaries are very clear.
Yeah.
I think.
So I got good work boundaries. Like, those are undeniable. But my personal, again, I think crazy, it goes back into touch and time. My personal, like when we move beyond professional, when we move into personal, I lose though. Again, I'm touching you. So I've already shown you I've lost the boundary because I have moved. I've allowed you come into my physical space. I'm jumping in your physical space. So I've kind of shown you that part is blurred clearly already for me. And I want us to be close. Like I'm telling you, like I want to give you my time. I want to do these things. So yeah, this is interesting. There's a question on here. It's funny. It came from Yoli. She said, how many times do you got to show them? Like you said, you got 2, right?
That's for mistakes. Because I think that a mistake should only be a mistake in that moment. After that moment, it's either a lesson or a habit. So if you repeat it, it's now a habit. If you don't repeat it, it's a lesson.
But I think in habits, I don't know. Like let's say, Kanice, let me think of something. Let me hope the little spirit world kind of give me something I can do. I keep words of affirmation for you. You told me in this friendship, you would like me to remind you of your greatness, stay on top of you, to do certain things. Not even gonna say this. No.
Yeah, I just didn't see them daggers she shot at me through her eyeball sockets.
You need those things, and I never do it.
Okay.
And so we sitting at the house eating veggie pizza, and you bring it up to me like, Chris, you know, why you don't never ask me how I'm doing, or you know, see what's going on, or what? My bad. You know, I messed up. Oops.
Okay. So that's my apology language. Okay. I hear that.
You hear. So you go, okay, cool. Few months down the line, you know, come up again. I still, I'm not checking in. I keep jumping in our group me, only, talking about what's going on with me. I don't ask you no questions. I don't praise. I don't nothing. I'm just in our group me like, hey, y'all see my pictures? Like, and that's it. That's all I got. You go, well, I'm doing good, even though you didn't ask me. And I go, oh, yeah, my bad. Again, I forgot. That's your language. You like that stuff. Scatterbrain. Oops on me. How many times I get to do that?
It depends on how much I value you.
So there are caveats.
Yes.
To this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because some people just aren't going to get it. And if I love you, then I have to love you as you are. Can I try to get you to come around? Yeah. And when it's a friend, it's different versus when it's your spouse, your mate, your partner. Yeah. Those are two different things. When it comes down to it being a love interest, if there is not marriage involved, I may have some choices to make here. Because if I always have to constantly remind my boyfriend of what's important to me, it's going to make me then feel like he doesn't care. So if now I'm feeling like he doesn't care, is this somebody that I want to continue to build a life with? Now I have a decision that I may need to possibly make. I'll try to bring that to him and let him know, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about. And if he still isn't making any moves, then, my attention is going to start to drift because he's not meeting my needs. And I'm going to look for somebody that is willing to meet those needs. Now, when it's a husband, a little different to walk away. A little harder to walk away from your husband. Different. So there has to be, you just got to keep breaking it down to them. And it does get frustrating because I am the type of person, after I told you something so many times, I get rid of that thing. Okay. So I detach from the importance of it because you clearly don't care. And if I'm going to stay with you, I now eliminate that, which is a piece of me. So now I'm starting to lose pieces of me. Yeah. Which is something that I used to do a whole lot. I would detach from that emotion, which is now turning me off. That's dangerous. It is. It's very dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. And I used to do it quite a bit, where I would just separate myself. And you don't want to get to that point because then now you're building resentment and you're unfulfilled. And I see, and that's the thing. I am. That's one word or emotion I don't think I have a lot of is resentment. I go back to childhood. When you got a mom who was doing, her. I was always waiting on her to do it differently. Okay. So I didn't never get resentment because I was always hopeful it would be something else. So even if it didn't happen, okay, well, maybe next time. Okay. She didn't do it this time. Okay. Maybe next time. And so I think I've gotten used to, even in outside relationships, hoping maybe next time they'll get it right. Like, they hurt me this time, but they got some stuff going on. So clearly this ain't about me. Because it wasn't about my mama stuff. It wasn't about me. It wasn't like, in my mind, I to this day, I don't think my mom didn't want to be a bad mom. Right. My mom just had her own thing going on. And when she figured it out, my mom was going to be a great mom. To now, my mom, like, I love my mama. So she went through, and if I had at some point when it's a habit and it's bad, then I would have missed my opportunity to get the good mom. So I don't think I've ever really had regrets about a lot of things because I'm too hopeful, and hence I'm forgiving and waiting because, well, you'll get it. Like, at some point it's coming, and it's not about me, it's about you, and it's coming to me soon. So, and when it does, like my mom at some point put in my lap and said, look, I sucked. And I wasn't there for you for a lot of years. If you
I want you, I want to be your mom and I want to be a good grandma. It's up to you if you'll let me do that. Okay. Can you let me do that? She gave me the control to go yes or no. Mm-hmm. And I knew in that moment that mattered. Like, her giving me that much power was huge for me. Okay. So, and I knew she then wanted us, because ain't nobody fairly, I think people are too selfish. We don't want to lose a thing. Facts. we don't want to let go of something or lose a thing. So I'm not going to relinquish all my power to somebody else and possibly lose a thing that I want. Who gonna do? We don't just naturally do that. Like, that ain't a good idea to even, I wouldn't even recommend a person do that. So if you can legitimately relinquish that much control over something you want and give me that power to determine it, oh, you want this thing. And I see it and I'm all in. All of it is forgiven. Like, I don't care. I don't remember. I'm not holding it. We gonna go for it. Let's move forward all day. Hence why I'm always waiting on people to get it together. And y'all be like, no, we good, love. Y'all.
I can get this from somebody else.
Yeah. So I don't know. I do think our apology, all of it, I think our love language, our apology, it all kind of intertwined so much in who we are. Yeah. Like, in a big way. And I think dating, relationships, friendships, in that give pull, you learn. And then you also, there is, I guess, a responsibility to share. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm going to walk in going, so my mom.
Right. Right. Right.
But,
because I mean, it's just like, I think all of us may ask our partner, how often do you need sex? Yeah. So, because we want to know.
We want to know.
Right. Yeah. Do you want it like 2-3 times a day? Like, I may not be able to meet them needs. Or can you give it to me 2-3 times a day? Because if you can't, then Joe Jacob over here can. Yeah. Like, so if we can ask that question and learn that about our partner, then why not ask the questions about, well, what is your love language? What is it that you need? Do you even know what your love language is? Yeah. And then so that we can go ahead and start meeting these needs.
I don't know why I keep real quick looking up and I see Yoli's name. So I'm going to read her comment. That's a great question. Do you think there are some people that manipulate the good part about you?
Yes. The question wasn't finished?
That was it. That was the question.
Okay. Yes.
So, naive me, no, because I know. So this is what I'm thinking. Because I know you got some stuff happening. So you can't manipulate something I know is now happening. I see you a mess. So I'm waiting. I see you a whole mess. Just because I'm sitting here don't mean I don't know you not a mess. I'm just waiting on you to not be a mess no more. So just because I'm loving you through it or I'm giving or whatever, I don't not know. I'm doing it because it's just me. You're not getting nothing over on me. I'm making a choice to be present to you despite you being a mess.
But then does it come to a point where you're feeling drained all the time?
Oh, y'all know I'm shit.
That's the manipulation.
I stay drained. Live in like I'm exhausted often because, well, one, I work a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if I'm always coming to you because I know Chris gonna be there, Chris gonna do it, Chris got it. Yeah. Chris gonna help me through it. And then once I get what I need from you, all right, Chris, see you later. Yeah. And now I done dumped all this on you and I've sucked up because the energy doesn't die. It just exchanges. Like so now I've
Jesus. I'm trying to look at you and see you and not Yoli.
You all out. And I got it. And I'm all your energy is now with me. Yeah. So that's the manipulation part that her question is asking.
Yeah. This ain't about me. So moving on. No, for real. I do think there is a point where, again, COVID got me where I can't escape no more because I would normally fly away. Like, oh, too many people. I didn't gave. I didn't like. They didn't. I didn't allow them to take from my pot. And it's time for me to go fly away and recharge, and then I'll come back. And so, not being able to fly away has legitimately made me crazy because I'm still me. I'm still giving, but it also, and again, it has had me on some levels a little more looking at how I'm giving me out.
That was going to be my question. At what point do you put a cap on how much you give out?
Yeah. Someone recently at dinner told me I can't give from an empty.
Jesus, listen.
Yeah, when he said that to me, I was like, oh. Okay, 1 second. I didn't need you to do that right now in this moment.
That is what I tell all of my parents, because we are forever like we're a whale. We're scooping and giving, filling this cup. Then we fill this cup, and then we fill this cup, and then we fill this cup, and at no point are we refilling our well.
Yeah.
So how can you continue to give if you're not taking the time out to refill yourself?
Yeah.
But that's not what this podcast is about.
It's not. It's not.
So and one of your questions was, and I'm not sure if we answered it, was do we still go back to teach the person?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, for sure.
I know where I'm deficient. So if this is a person that needs affection, I'm deficient in that. So I'm going to ask the questions. What is it that you need? What does that look like for you? How much of it will you need? Because for one, if I have to go too far beyond my boundaries and my comforts, I'm not the one for you.
Yeah.
I'm willing to meet the need as long as I have it in me to meet. I don't want to go so far beyond my comforts that now I'm being phony, because I don't do representatives. What you see is what you get. And if I think that you're important to me, I will step up to meet your need. But if I'm having to put on a whole new wardrobe to meet your need, that's too much.
Yeah. And I guess that's where the love language, apology language, where kind of all of those kind of upfront, I ain't going to say day one conversations, but for sure kind of an early
somewhere
on
in the beginning
conversation going, you can meet my need by doing this.
Yeah, somewhere after penis meets vagina.
For sure.
Somewhere close in there.
Somewhere in that mix. Right before, right after. Yeah. Kind of give depend on the day.
Yeah.
How you feel. Rain or the clouds. Who knows? Yep. But for sure, I do think somewhere in there is kind of I am best when you pour into me with words of affirmation for you. I can best give to you by my acts of service. I need you to see that. So that it doesn't drain me. And I need you to know that I am, for me, something I don't like. I think I'm pretty, because I think I live out loud too much. Sure. But I think I'm pretty vocal that I am a giver.
Okay.
So.
Now, I do want to say this. I think that majority of men, their love language is touch.
You think so?
I think so.
So, my Gemini, his love language was acts of service and gifts.
That's what he wanted?
That's how you showed him love.
Okay.
Acts of service and gifts.
For the men whose love language is touch, for some women whose love language is not touch.
Yeah, I know some women who like, we don't got to do all that. I was with somebody. I was somewhere and somebody was like, I'm not with all that PDA, touchy-feely. We don't need to do all that touching, even if we at home. I'm like, what? What he's supposed to do then?
Right.
What? Like, how does that work?
Yeah. And this is where a lot of married couples struggle, because now he's feeling like, well, I didn't put this ring on your finger. Now you don't want to have sex no more.
Yeah, that's the setup. I kind of curse those women like, you did what to him?
Yeah.
Oh no, boo. You can't. You so out of order. I can't even ride this wave with you. Like, and I'm a woman. Like, no. No. Yeah, I do. I so fairly, the point would be no representatives.
Right.
That part. Not your representative love language, but the actual real life love language needs to be present.
Yeah. And
what you can give and what you need to receive, so you can stay full.
And stop putting on this facade.
Yeah.
Because there is somebody out there who has a love language that agrees with yours.
Yeah.
So we can't, women, go into this whole meeting his love language in the beginning just to get him where we want him to be, and then we completely fall off.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to lose him. That's why he's cheating.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure. And then in relation to the apology part, I think for me, it depends on if it's business. Like, Dion was running late one day. And so our podcast started it was almost like 45 minutes behind. And he was like, my bad, totally forgot. Okay. I didn't need you to like request forgiveness from me and like make it like a whole to-do scenario. Right? Okay. I probably didn't even need my bad is a courtesy, I guess, but I wasn't even thinking about it. I thought, like, just get in here and let's get going. Like, shit happens. Like, I don't know, whatever. And literally, in my mind, it was like, whatever. But I guess it depends on the relationship. Someone just asked, how do you know which one is compatible to your language?
I don't think it's a compatibility deal. It's just an understanding.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, can you meet the need? Like, is it in your wheelhouse in a way? Like, I couldn't be with a mate who told me don't touch, like.
Okay, so then that will be compatibility.
That is compatibility. Right.
That's compatibility.
Yeah, like,
okay.
If you can't, because you have to let me love you too, even though I have to love you your way, you have to also receive my love. Like, it is a give-take thing. And if you telling me, dude, like, all that touch is like getting on my nerves. Then my feelings hurt and I gotta go. Like, cause I gotta touch somebody. Am I touching you? I'm touching them. Like, who am I touching? I guess there could be some. I guess there could be some stuff with compatibility.
Yeah, because initially when the question was asked, I was thinking, like, how can we mate the two? How can we see if the two can be mated?
Yeah.
And I don't think that you can. It's just a matter of understanding. Example, I had a situation, it was my birthday, and the young feller took me out for my birthday. He knew that I liked Italian cuisine. That's my favorite, next to soul food. Well, no, seafood first. Top 3, soul food, seafood, and Italian cuisine.
Italian first, but keep going.
He took me to an Italian restaurant, and at some point, he told the wait staff that it was my birthday.
Okay.
So after dinner, of course, they bring out the cake and they come around the corner singing happy birthday to me, and they set it down in front of me in the restaurant. Everybody's clapping for little old me, and he's sitting across from me smiling ear to ear. And I look down and it's tiramisu. I hate chocolate. I hate it. I don't like the way it smells. It stinks. Oh my God, I hate chocolate. And I just looked down at it, and I smiled, and I looked up at him, and after I blew out the candle, I ate it.
Yep.
Because that was his expression.
Yep,
that was his language to me. Now, a couple of days later, I told him, please don't get me nothing else with chocolate ever in life. I don't like chocolate. Yeah. But in that moment, I was not going to ruin that in that moment. Because if y'all, like, his ears were wet. He was smiling so big. Because he was so proud of him little self. And I was not going to dare deflate him.
Yeah,
in that moment. So we have to be careful.
I'm so happy you did that, because I would have had to talk with you after this as my friend about, as a woman, don't bring that man down like that. Like, come on.
And that's something that we do.
Women do that. I'd be like, girl, you did what to him?
This ain't good enough. Wait now. And he didn't know I didn't like chocolate. Yep, he didn't know.
For sure.
So, he did the best with the information.
And whether he knew or didn't know, like, it's not the moment to... This ain't that moment. Yeah. Like, he's trying. Like, you want, because now then when he ain't trying, you mad because he ain't. Well, you just took his balls from him real fast. Like, he ain't about to try nothing, which is silly.
Right.
Anyway,
yeah,
that's another story.
We have to be careful with that because we will do that quick, fast, and in a hurry. You bought me a Gucci purse. I wanted a Louis.
I wanted Louis.
Heifer.
For sure. Or we was talking about it kind of pre-podcast a couple weeks ago about how, what was we talking about right out there? About how what was the conversation about? It was about love languages. And how the big party. The mate wanted a really, like, if I make you a really big party and she's unappreciative that you threw her this really big ass party for her birthday and she's unhappy and she like, well, what I really wanted was an intimate gathering and you had this big ass party and it was only for you. It was your big ass party, not my big ass party. It was for you. What I wanted was a romantic dinner kind of for just us. And so goes back to, you have to know
your person.
Like, it's really important you teach them. You don't emasculate them, for sure. Black men got enough problems. I don't think it's the moment to do that, but you do teach them kind of what you need, but also appreciate even if they do something different. Like, I'm coming to the big ass party. Thank you for the big ass party. I really just would have liked, though, later on, like, next year, baby. You know, can we just me and you kind of do a little something? Thank you for the hurrah.
Right. Because although it's, like you said, it's important to teach them how to speak to you in your love language, it's also important to allow them to speak to you in theirs.
In their language. And it's a fine line, though, because it's only still so many times I want you to speak to me in your language.
Right.
Like, I'm real shit. Like,
right.
Thank you. Stop. Like, you keep buying me stuff, but I would really like it if you was just home in the evenings. It's great these Amazon boxes keep coming up to the door. I like the bell ringing going. It's Amazon. That's great. But I also just need some time.
See you.
I need time, and like, so it's only at some point I can see going out. Don't send me another box. Like, I don't care what's in the box. I might care what's in the box, but don't send me another. Don't send me another box up in here, and I not see your face this week.
Right.
Like, there is a line where, yes, we're saying receive their language, but also you gotta make sure it's like that.
Right. Balance each other out.
It's just a balance, for sure. Well, I hope we have cleared up the love languages and how to, like, move in them and how to apologize when we ain't meeting the love language well. Next week is our final week for season 1.
Oh, geez, that was quick. It doesn't seem like how long? This was episode.
This was week 11.
Okay,
it's been almost.
That's 3 months.
3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been, so our final week is next week. I was thinking we kind of wrap it all up like a kind of a season 1 recap.
Okay.
Kind of, in a way, before we go on break. And we are going on break for the month of August. Coming back with a whole lot of cool stuff. Our publicist is kind of doing some stuff and making some stuff and some stuff. She got some plans, so I'm going to let her be great. That's why we pay her. But next week is our final week before our season 1 break. We got a whole season.
I know, right?
Ain't that crazy?
I know.
So we're going to be recapping kind of orgasm, how to hit orgasm. We're going to kind of come back and touch it for a second.
Are y'all still struggling with COVID stuff?
We're going to talk about how relationships, and if you still quarantine with bae ass, we are going to kind of just look at all of the pieces that we've kind of went over the last 3 months and kind of make sure we're on track and together and going forward. And I am grateful for everybody. It's been cool. Like, it's been a ride. And season 2, we come back with a whole bunch of other new cool fun topics, and so thank you to everybody. We wish you a good night. Learn your love language.
Please.
Learn your apology language. Teach your mate all of these things. And I don't know, be kind.
Thank y'all for coming out. God bless.
Good night. Bye, people. You gotta hit that button. That button over there. What we got? Okay. Oh.